Hello, how you guys doing? We are back here to talk about Diddy. Now, I do have some videos I would like to share with you guys about Diddy concerning Trump and concerning people that was at the Diddy trial that is telling us more information. So you guys know we talked about Maya, Diddy assistant yesterday. She went on the stand. They said, she was crying and everything. And a lot of people felt for her, but they said today the tables have flipped. They were actually laughing at her because some people, even the jurors, did not believe a lot of things that she was saying. People are saying it felt like she was putting on, she was overacting. And people are also mentioning, this is a win for her. If she wins this, she's going to get the money. They also talks about, I guess, if, did he lose, then all these people is going to have a big payday out. So they were saying it seemed like it was a performance. They also were talking about how she demanded $10 million from Diddy, but I believe Diddy only paid her out $200,000. It was a lot to be discussed. Although Diddy did have some slip up in court, they said that the lawyers of Diddy, they wanted more time, because they felt like they needed to talk to Diddy. And Diddy said that he don't have any more minutes left when it comes to his jail phone calls, and find out that was a lie. So the jury saw that and they were like, oh my God, Diddy, here you go, lying again. I mean, God damn, Diddy can't just stop lying. But people are also saying from the Diddy side, it feels like they're playing a game. They're playing a power game, they're up to something. So I want us to talk about it all. I also put the link at the chat. I'm inviting you guys to come on and share your opinions about this. I just want to say shout out to Jerome, shout out to Random, Kavan, everybody that's in the chat. I appreciate you guys so much. Shout out, shout out, shout out. And I know everybody and their mama is talking about Trump. Oh my goodness, Trump. What do you guys think about it? Were you shocked that Trump actually came out to me with the invite first? I mean, he talked about it. Trump could have said, don't ask me any questions about Diddy. Trump could have avoided this situation with Diddy, but it seems like he invited it. Were you surprised? Press 1 if you were surprised to hear about Trump talking about Diddy. Press 5 if you're not surprised, What are your thoughts about that? They also said, and I put the video up here, the person that asked Trump stuff, and I do believe that what Trump does is already orchestrated. They asked and they said, they started off with, you and Diddy were good friends at one point. And I was surprised he allowed that guy to say they were good friends at one point. I would think that Trump would be like, if you don't, I would think Trump would be like, don't ask me shit about Diddy. I don't want to associate with Diddy. But no, Trump is, he has courage. He's powerful. He ain't scared of nothing or nobody. I also feel like Trump hatred for the feds and feds hatred for Trump have something to do with it too. I don't know if you guys know, but President Donald Trump, the feds are trying to take him down for a RICO as well. And Donald Trump feel like the feds is bonkers and they just be making stuff up and they're not right. So people are saying that Trump is definitely want to cut the feds down. Okay. So it is a lot of stuff that's into play, but he did say, he said, yeah, me and Diddy were friends back in the day, but he said Diddy acted funny when he ran for a Republican Party, because Diddy is a Democrat. He said that's when Diddy start acting funny. He ain't appreciate that shit, Diddy. You should have kept your mouth closed. He said Diddy was saying some horrible stuff about him in these internet streets. Okay. And I said, oh hell, Diddy done fucked up. You better start shutting up. I guess because a lot of people didn't think Donald Trump would be this tough. They didn't think Donald Trump would take it this far. The rhymes Biggie Smalls, they didn't think hip hop would take it this far. They ain't think Donald Trump would take it this far. And that just goes to show you A lot of things that you think is not going to reach to greatness, a lot of times it will. When you think of hip hop, when you think of Donald Trump, I think people issue is underestimating. They have this idea that this is going to be this, and they underestimate, and they get their, they get they get hurt in the process because they're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Stop underestimating the underdogs. So he said that he also said with that message that he does not hold it against people. He said that he has pardoned people that disliked him. So he said, it's not about people liking him or dislike him. He still will look into it. He said if Diddy get convicted as a felon, on that RICO, he will look at the facts. Okay. And when Donald Trump said the facts, the facts of him, because the MAGA, they have different facts. I think MAGA believe that the election was rigged. They believe that is a fact. They have a lot of facts that you might see as facts. So every fact is going to be different from different people's facts, But he said he gonna look at the facts. And he said if Donald Trump, if Diddy get mistreated, if the judge mistreat Diddy, if the jury mistreat Diddy, then he will consider pardoning him if they start mistreating Diddy. So I will play that, and I go on TikTok, and I will see what other people have to say about that one. Okay. Hey, LT, how you doing? What's going on? All right. So I do have some other notes too. But I guess I'll save my other notes for later, and let's go into this TikTok because I know y'all visual people and y'all don't like me doing all that reading, right? Okay, so here it is. Let's do some visuals. Check this out.
You mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Well, nobody's asked. You had to be the one to ask, Peter, but nobody's asked. But I know people are thinking about it. I know they're thinking about it. I think some people have been very close to asking. First of all, I'd look at what's happening, and I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, that relationship busted up. From what I read, I don't know. He didn't tell me that, but I'd read some little bit nasty statements in the paper all of a sudden. It's different. You become a much different person when you run for politics and you do what's right. I could do other things, and I'm sure he'd like me, and I'm sure other people would like me, but it wouldn't be as good for our country. As we said, our country's doing really well because of what we're doing. So it's not a popularity contest. So I don't know. I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact on me.
Apprentice, you mentioned once in 20.
All right. So I want to know if the jury were 12 Donald Trumps, how do you think it will go? If you had juries and there were 12 Donald Trumps, how do you think the verdict will go? I want to know. Comment. Let me know. All right. What would you guys think if the juries were filled with Donald Trumps? Okay. All right. So let me go here. I want to go to TikTok, and I was running across some people that were talking about Trump may pardon Diddy. And this is one girl. This is what she stated.
I don't care if Trump pardons Diddy. I really don't, because Diddy's reputation is already effed up. It's gone. Whatever credit he had as going as a great black man, as a person that was for the black people, all that shit is gone. Anybody that ever does any kind of business with Diddy will be looked at as weird. See, there's one thing the black community has. It's called street justice. We will literally shun our own people, and we will make them have to speak up about anything they're going to be held accountable for. Snoop has already had to say several times he doesn't care, but he does care that we came at his ass about Trump. He said it was about money, but he don't need that money. But yet he had to explain himself to the black community. Anybody that ever works with Diddy, if he is pardoned, would have to answer to us. And you'll be placed in that category as an abuser, an ex-trafficker, and so on and so forth. I don't think anybody in their right mind would want to tie themselves to Diddy. So Trump can go ahead and pardon him if he wants to. Diddy's not a white man. He's not going to be able to get off and recreate his career the way white folks can do it, like Todd Chrisley is doing right now. Even though Todd Chrisley's shit was a white collar crime, he's still got a TV show and ETC coming. Diddy will not be granted that grace. So go ahead, Trump, pardon him. Do what you got to do. This will not be for the Black community. I don't care.
All right. So it sounds like people are making it racial. And I guess it seems like she feels like if Trump if Trump pardoned Diddy, it's for the Black community. I don't think he would do it for the Black community. I think he would do it to say F the feds. Do you guys think Donald Trump liked the feds? Press 1 if he liked the feds. Press 4 if he do not like the feds. It's almost like you are my enemy. So whoever is your enemy, I'm going to team up with them and we're going to take you down and make you look like a fool. So I think it's more about the feds than race. I think she took it to the race, and CC29 says, not men, they get forgiven. You're absolutely right. Let's just be honest with it. Everybody got their own perspective. My perspective is different. Okay. Look, if R. Kelly came out today and put an album on it, do you think Black people are going to go buy R. Kelly album? Press 1. Hell yeah, they're going to buy it. Okay. Press 10. Ain't nobody going to buy R. Kelly album if he come out with the album. Girl, please. They're going to be buying that damn album. They're going to be bumping that shit with the fans too. Okay. Hell. I don't know what she's smoking on. I guess her example was Snoop Dogg. I think that has to do with Donald Trump because a lot of Black people don't like Donald Trump. So I think that has to do with that more so than NBA Youngboy. He's known to put paws on women. We have seen NBA Youngboy drag his baby mama on video, just like Diddy dragged Cassie. Do you guys remember that? Do you remember when NBA Youngboy dragged his first baby mama and was beating her through the hotel room? We all saw that video. Press 2 if you remember that. Well, let me tell you, after that video, he came out, had an album. It hit the charts. Okay. So I think people just talk a lot of stuff. And but I don't think they know the community like they think they know. Because the community going to be showing you different. Okay. The community definitely going to show you different. Okay. Kendra said, I'm definitely going to listen to R. Kelly. Stevie, I know I say needing water, don't I? Look, I don't know what's up with this throat. So Peter said, I won't buy. But some people won't buy, but you cannot lie and say, most Black people are not going to buy it when most likely they are going to buy it. Okay. Just like when you look at the people that's most popular on the internet, besides Kai Cenat, that Black boy, and the older men that are popular that Black people love is who? Corey Holcomb, Charleston White, who else? Boosie. Okay. Black people love these individuals. You know what I'm saying? And they all for free Diddy. So I just think that a lot of people are really not living in realistic times to realize, the state of mind of other people. It's not just about you, but you have to look at it, look what's going on around you. But let's continue on and see what else out here, what other people have to say. So it was a girl that I was looking at. I believe her. I wanted to hear what she has to say.
After lunch, Mia was back on the stand, and remember, prosecutors wanted her to be done today, but unfortunately, she will be back on the stand Monday. Once the jury was back in the courtroom, Brian Steele had them pass around the scrapbook Mia made for Diddy in 2014. He made that scrapbook after having a conversation with Diddy where he told her, "I used to look at the world the way you did," implying that he had done it all and had everything. She said it was hard to get a birthday gift for someone who had a lot of money and thought he would really enjoy it. At the top of the scrapbook, she wrote, "Puff, sometimes life goes by at a catastrophic speed. I hope on this day, I hope you can sit back and consider I made this book of articles from 1991 to now." Brian Steele asked her, "How could you make something so kind for a man that ruined your life?" And she said, "It's..."
All right. So I'm going to talk a little bit because I think she's talking about they're saying in the trial. Maya, she got her ass on a trial. And, yesterday she said, it first started on Diddy's 40th birthday. That's when he essayed her. He gave her a kiss and he put his hands in her dress. And then, he kept essaying her all these years, right? And she was crying. Then we found out through these years, she looked at Diddy as a father figure. She said in Instagram posts, "You're like my father figure. You're my second dad. You're the GOAT." She was just praising his ass, taking pictures with him, just praising him. And then they were asking her, "So, like, why were you taking pictures?" Because if somebody have done something to you, you're not going to be praising them online and you're not going to take pictures with them. But she said that she was forced to do so. She was trafficked and all this. And a lot of people did not buy it. They were laughing at her because she was just overacting. I'm still waiting on the tunnels. What happened to the kids in the damn tunnels? Are we ever going to get to that? I'm not sure. But a lot of people were not buying it. So let me go here to some of these notes. All right. People now they're saying, we just have the wrong jury. They're saying the jury is immature. The jury don't know nothing about SA because people want people to look at it from their perspective. And that's not how the world works. You have to see the world for where it is right now. And I don't think people realize that. And I think they're going to, be hurt. And especially not just in this case, but just moving on in America. I think people are going to be very disappointed because they actually think the world is one way when the world is a different way, So you got to tread lightly out here in these streets. So let me go here. I'm going to let her talk until I can get these notes right. So let me play it.
Psychological abuse, there was no one around who flinched at his behavior. She also said that this was an abusive relationship, and Brian Steele said, "But you were not in a relationship." And she reminded him that you don't have to be in a relationship for it to be abusive. I was young and manipulated and eager to survive. I'm unraveling a lot of this now in therapy. Nobody was there to say these things that were happening were wrong. There was nobody around us that ever even flinched at his behavior. I was always in trouble, and I was always just trying to find a way not to be in trouble. And asked why she needed someone else to tell her it was wrong for Diddy to make her feel like he would unalive her. She said, "There's a difference between my logic brain and trauma brain. The trauma brain wins. Eventually, it becomes normalized and you're just trying to get back to the good. You make excuses for people. I'm a people pleaser. I'm an empath. I'm a rule follower. Just wanted to do my best and make everybody happy all the time. So I tend to take a lot more than normal people. I don't know how to explain that. I don't know if I should apologize for that. I forgive people all the time for things." And she said after St. Bart's, she confronted him about his behavior, but not about the SA. Diddy's response to his behavior was that he needed help. She was then asked about the birthday video, to which she had said she asked people to be in that video, including celebs who agreed to do it. She said, "I probably told him I loved him in the video, but I don't remember." When asked if she had lied on the stand about Diddy's behavior, she said, "I have not lied at all." Brian Steele then says, "Isn't it true it did not happen as many times as you said?" And she replied, "Everything I said in this courtroom is true." When asked why she made the scrapbook, she said, "You can talk to an expert about SA." Mia then testified to text messages between her and KK from December 6th, 2016, where she said she was devastated finding out she was being let go. She had text KK saying, "My life is over. I might as well unalive myself. KK responded saying, call me back or I'm calling your parents. And she said, F, I'm so sorry. I'm with Laura Gomez. Brian asked her who that was, and she said someone from HR. When KK texted her back saying, I'm not going to, she said the pain.
All right, I'm getting kind of lost. But I can put up here. It says Maya posted her personal accounts calling Diddy my brother, my mentor, my boss, the man, the myth, the legend. Even though Mia later testified that Diddy essayed her on his 40th birthday, she posted a cheerful birthday message that the same day or around that time celebrating him. So they thought it was awkward, like the same day on his birthday, the same day around the day that he essayed you, you were celebrating him on the internet. Third, praising his legacy. Maya made positive reference to Diddy image, work, and calling him a genius and showing gratitude for working with him. All right. All right. Damn, what is going on in his throat? Why it matters in court. The defense argue if he traumatized you. Why were you calling him your mentor and father figure in public? Maya struggled to explain why she made those posts while secretly feeling afraid. She later said she was forced to play the role online to survive in Diddy's world. So yes, Maya did call Diddy a second father or use language that implied he was like a father figure. And now that's being used against her in the RICO case. All right. All right. So I'm going to bring her back up here. So I'm looking in the comment section. Let me talk to y'all for a minute. Not to stop and interrupt everything. Okay. It says here, Diddy mother is a real monster and she created a beast and menace to society. She was a personal assistant. She was his assistant. Yeah, she was his personal assistant. It's Mia. Okay, Mia. I still haven't seen a picture of Mia. Diddy mother is responsible for his behavior. All right. Eat Me said was mentally, emotionally, financially, physically, and sexually abused. Still praise an abuser for literally keeping me alive and basic care tasks I need to survive as a disabled person. Okay. She didn't have a moment. She had years. All right. So even if it's true or not, the case is, are people going to buy it? So, Eat Me, if that is true in your case, do most people, are they going to buy it? Are most people going to believe it? Are most people going to have sympathy for you, or are most people not? Because your fate is based on jury. And do the jury going to believe you or not? You know, CC29 says she didn't have a moment. She had years. So a lot of people may not. I don't think the world will, but America, you know, and the juries, it's really about, do they believe you? You know, will they have sympathy for your reasoning? You know, will they see sympathy in your reasoning, or will they not? So it's really up to them and how they see it. All right. So I'll put this back up here and see who else we can find in these TikTok streets. Okay. Now let's get these likes up. Let's get the likes up. And I'll read some more notes that I have too. And feel free to hit that link if you guys have something to say. Do you guys like this girl talking or no? Press 1 if you like her talking. Press 2 if you don't like her talking. And I go to a different person on these streets. It says, I lived it, but people called me trolls on here when I talk about it. Well, Eat Me, see, there you go. So a lot of people may not have sympathy for you. And you have to realize that. You have to realize certain stories, depending on where America is. And, you know, when I say where America is, in the 1990s, you tell a story, people may not have sympathy for you, right? But now people will have sympathy for you. This is the most liberal America has ever been. Now, a lot of people see it as the most weakest. That's why they want to push more masculinity. That's why they want to make America great again, because they see America and American people as being weak. So more people are going to have sympathy in this day and age. But back in the 1990s, they're not going to have sympathy. So it depends on where America is and the jury, how they think and their perspective and their beliefs. And you guys know right now we are shifting from being liberal to more conservative. So we just have to see how these things will go. Weak is sad. Well, hell, you hear it out here in these streets. I mean, did I lie? Did I lie? Let me ask you, do you guys think America is the most liberalist? You know what I'm trying to say. It has ever been. Press 3, is it the most liberalist? How can I say that? I can't say that word, but you know what I mean. Press 3, okay? Press 5 if it's not. In my time, this has been the most, I guess, liberating I've seen people be. I've never seen people be this liberated in America ever in my life, So Preacher says too liberal. So, but we also know that things are going to change. It's going to shift to be more conservative. How conservative it's going to be, I'm not sure. Okay, Gigi liberal, the most of all time. Yeah. So I say that to say in different years, people mindset is going to change. In the 1990s, certain things that people is normal today in the 1990s, it would not be normal in that time. So what's normal today, in 10 years, some things won't be normal in 2035. It really depends on the time period too, because things changes. So let me go here and go down here. I want to see what other people have to say. Okay, that was 3 days ago. I'm trying to get something recent. All right, don't want to hear him. I'm trying to figure out who I want to hear. I should have vetted this a little bit more. Oh, okay. She talks about the stylist yesterday, Dion Nash. We talked about him a little bit. So I want to hear what she has to say about him.
The government has built a pretty strong case against Diddy on that RICO charge. And as for the sex trafficking charge, Deontay Nash, who is Diddy and Cassie's former stylist, presented some pretty significant testimony. Not only did Deontay testify that he witnessed Diddy beating Cassie bloody, but he's also the first person in Cassie's inner circle to back her claim that she didn't want to do these freak-offs. Deontay walked into that courtroom as a celebrity stylist would, very fashionable. And he also made one thing very clear.
Okay, I'm lost. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go back to my notes because I think I need to do a filter with just a recent post. And I don't know what a filter is on TikTok. I really don't be on TikTok that much. I heard TikTok is about to go down next month. Did you guys hear that? Press 2 if you heard that TikTok is about to be no more next month. I'm hearing they're about to get rid of this. I'm not sure, but that's what I heard. So going back here to my notes, and feel free to come up here. And if you have something to say, feel free to say it. Let me go. Going up, 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 up. Going up, 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 up. Make sure you guys like this video. Let's get these likes up. Let's get the likes up. Let's get these likes up. Come on now. Where'd the notes? Man. All right. So Brian Steele, they're saying that Brian Steele, which is working for Diddy, he's on a defense team of Diddy, aggressively cross-examined Maya. Okay. Mia, attacking her character, mocking her mental health, and twisting her testimony. It was described as a bloodbath. So that is what I'm hearing in the course. Did you guys hear that? That Mia got cross-examined and they were really attacking her character. They mocked her mental health, and they twisted her testimony. They said Mia lost the jury. Okay. They said despite her powerful testimony the other day when she had people crying, Mia's credibility was completely torn down today in court. Multiple jurors laughed, smirked, and visibly sided with the defense. So people that was in the courthouse today, they saw it. They saw the jury laughing at Maya. They saw the jury smirking with the defense, siding with the defense. Okay. The jury members caught mocking victim. They are saying at least 7 to 6 jurors were seen smirking, nodding, mouthing, she's lying. So they said about 6 or 7 jurors were saying that Mia was lying during the Mia's testimony. One juror even turned and smiled at Diddy. That is what people are saying, that this is what they have witnessed. Defense uses Instagram as evidence. Brian Steele handed out old Instagram posts to the jury as proof Mia was lying, and the jury ate it up, laughing and nodding in agreement. And I told you guys when Mia, she did a lot of bragging about Diddy. Oh my God, you're my brother, dog. You the GOAT, man. You the GOAT. See, that's my father figure. They showed them the pictures of her hugging up on Diddy, and all that. So by the pictures and the posts and stuff, they were like, nah, this ain't no victim. That's what they were saying. So defense uses, Instagram. Okay. So despite the inappropriate behavior from the juries, the judge remained silent. So they're saying that the jury were inappropriate today, and the judge did not step in. He did not, say, hey, stop all that. They said the judge just allowed it, No instructions were given to maintain order or decorum in the courtroom. So, man, these laughs and these smirks that the jury were doing to Mia, they were very obvious, okay? And they are saying the judge ain't do shit about it. He ain't do shit about it. He ain't do nothing about it, and everybody saw it. Diddy and his sons and Janice were seen grinning, girl. They were laughing at the shit too. They was fist bumping each other and smiling while Mia was emotionally devastated. They were like, we got that bitch. Boom. Okay. They was excited. Do you hear me? So also Donald Trump told Fox he might consider a pardon, which I told you guys that we talked about that earlier. If you guys want to talk about that again, feel free to hit the link, come up here, and I want to know your thoughts about Trump considering the pardon if Diddy is convicted, okay? If Diddy is convicted and mistreated, so they better not mistreat Diddy, okay? He claims he hasn't followed the case closely. So Donald Trump say, he haven't followed that case. Don't y'all remember when Donald Trump said he don't know nothing about Project 2025? Ain't it given that? He don't know nothing about Project 2525. And y'all bought that shit, okay? Y'all buy that shit. Y'all are so naive. I promise you. And I don't want to be so aggressive with it because I feel like I'm going to hurt your feelings. But come on now. Shit. Y'all, I ain't going to, you know what? Just pray about it. Okay. So, courtroom argue that most jury don't understand the power dynamics or essay trauma. So this is what, Cassie people are saying. They're saying, what, this jury is tainted. This jury don't understand about essay and, trauma and all that. And were selected without regard of peer representation of Cassie, Mia, and alleged victims. So I guess people are saying the juries, they were selected, but nobody thought about, are they educated in essay? Do they know about trauma? You know, do you guys think that when selecting a jury, they need to be educated on SA? And do everybody believe in that? I know it's an ideology and people believe that, you know, this and that and that, but some people don't subscribe to that belief and they don't believe in that stuff, you know? So who's to say which one is left or which one is right or wrong? It's just like a religion. Everybody does not subscribe to religion, you know, or the religion values and morals. So just because you say, well, it's right, well, everybody don't believe in that or subscribe to that. So I look at it as that, because I know people have the, well, this is an essay and this is trauma and this is what it means and that's and that. You know, that is a belief. That's an ideology. Some people choose to believe it and some people like, no, I don't accept that. I don't believe that shit. You know, so it is what it is. So here it is. The government RICO case took a serious hit today due to how poorly Mia cross-examination was handled. Many fear the jury has already been swayed. So a lot of people feel like, you know what, the jury is already tainted. They've already been swayed. And then on top of that, people are talking about Trump and Diddy old ties. They did shows together. They made money together. Some say Trump is trolling. Others fear he is serious. All right. Do you think Trump is trolling? Press 1. Do you think he's serious? Press 4. I think he's serious because he don't like the feds. What part don't y'all get? I understand people say, well, you know, the feds did a great job. The feds ain't going to go after you unless they got a case. That could be true, but it all can be true. Trump don't like the feds and he will do anything to undermine the feds, just like he's getting all these people out of jail and pardoning them that the feds have worked hard on to destroy or get locked up. You know, so he's going to do what he can do to undermine his enemy, which is the feds. Okay. So I don't think you guys process, or some of you guys don't process the hatred he has against the feds. Okay. So I know y'all hoping that a miracle will happen and somebody would, you know, Donald Trump won't be the president, but I don't think that's not gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. So feel free to hit that link. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. I'm looking to see if I have any other notes to share with you guys. All right, so I'm going up here, going down there. Like this video. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to like. All right. So people are saying that defense are extreme skilled, and every time they cross-examine, they shake the jury confidence in the witness. They are saying this is like a goddamn tennis match. It's a ping pong. One day, people feel sorry for the witness. The next day, when Diddy team go at them, you know, they feel confused. They feel unsure. And they said all Diddy team need to do is give them doubt. If he can give them doubt, then that is a win for Diddy. He don't have to make them feel sure, but as long as he gives doubt, if they give it doubt. So I think people don't understand that either. A doubt, you know. I don't know. I'm reminded, you know, in church and religion, they say all you got to do is have faith as a mustard seed, like a little small. You don't got to have big faith, you know, just small little faith. So I guess you just have a doubt, just a doubt. If you're unsure, you know, that's all they're looking for. Once she posted a birthday wishes and praised him on social media, the defense used that to make it seem like she was lying or, you know, blowing it up, putting 50 on 10. That's how they saw it. When they saw the birthday and how she loved it, they was like, oh my goodness, she's up here putting 50 on 10. She's an actress. That's how they saw it, that she's just up here for the money. It says when Diddy whined about only using 47 minutes on his phone time in jail, the jury found it childish and ridiculous. Remember I told y'all earlier that Diddy team was like, listen, dog, we need more time, okay? We can't talk to Diddy. Diddy told the judge he has 0 minutes on his jail phone calls. Judge looked it up, found out that Diddy has a lot of minutes on his phone calls. I believe he get 200 minutes and he only used 47 minutes. So he got a lot of minutes. And the jury saw that and was like, oh my God, he's so childish. He's so like, he just lies for no reason, you know? He's so childish. So that's Diddy. She claims Mia, someone from Diddy inner circle, reached out to pressure her not to testify, which is D-Rock. She said D-Rock was pressuring her not to testify, which could directly result, I guess, in a RICO for obstruction, messing with the witness. Diddy allegedly, she described testifying moment when she ran and hid from him. I guess they were somewhere and she was running, she was hiding from him, and she said that Kim Porter was the one that helped her. She said she was truly in fear for her life. She was scared as hell, but Kim Porter was the one that helped her. She also talks about how Diddy, he was doing a do and having sex and manipulating all three of the girls, Gina, Kim Porter, and Cassie, all at the same time. Okay. Well, while still presenting himself as a businessman and music mogul. She said he told her, call me or I tell Cassie everyone what we did, which she was a part of a pattern of blackmail and coercion. So, they were doing some freak offs, they were doing stuff. She says that, it wasn't consensual. He said it was consensual, but she says that he was like, listen, if you don't do what I tell you to do, I'm gonna tell Cassie that we've been fucking around. You supposed to be Cassie's friend and you be having sex with me. And she don't know that because you're a fake bitch. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it was going. And she said she had to do it, what Diddy had to tell her, because she did not want Diddy to tell her close friend Cassie that they were freaking off, But in the court, she calls it, he essayed her. Diddy said it was consensual, they was doing it. So Diddy lawyers claimed they couldn't communicate with him enough. Okay, we read that. During cross-exam, okay, I think I read that as well. All right. All right, well, feel free to hit that link. I want to see up in here what you guys are thinking about this. I'm just going to read your guys' posts. It says the man is a monster and we men like him and daughters are abusive. Well, Patricia, we already know he's a monster. I mean, talk about something we don't know. It's many monsters out here. Most of the world is filled with monsters. Okay. That's why we have laws. That's why you got to pray. That's why you got to keep your head on a swivel. You know why? Because there's so many monsters looking to kill, steal, and destroy. And the Bible says that, right, y'all? Press 2 of the Bible tells us that it will be evildoers on this earth looking to seek who they can destroy. That's Bible, baby. But yeah, we know he's a monster. So it says CC29 said, we did have an XX with her. I'm confused. I see why they're saying she's lying. Yeah. Yep. Mia should have quit if she didn't like Diddy. She wanted that money and she wanted access to fame in Hollywood. Come on now. These individuals they will sell their soul to get closer to Hollywood. They will sell their soul to be on TV. They will sell their soul to be close to celebrities. Do you know how real celebrity worship is? Press 4 if y'all know how real celebrity worship is. I see it all the time. These people worship celebrities. These celebrities can do no wrong. They're so fanned out. And I do believe that a lot of these witnesses or whoever, Mia, was once a Diddy fan. I think they're all so into that limelight, and they'll do whatever. Cardi B, she cuss out her fans all the time. She verbally abused them all the time, and they keep coming back. People on this internet, they got fan bases. They tell them, shut the hell up. Y'all ain't shit. They still gonna come back. It's their choice. They're gonna do what they want to do. So, then they're going to say, well, man, they want to be close to these people so bad, money, celebrityism, they love it. There are more powerful, crazy monsters in Hollywood compared to Diddy. Well, of course, but what can you do? They are far more. Okay, I read that one. Did Laura sue him because he didn't pay her? So I know he isn't paying no interns or PA. Well, Mia demanded $10 million from Diddy. Diddy ain't pay her $10 million, but he did pay her $200,000. But she said that's not for everything. That was just for back pay, because they looked at that and they felt that Mia was just want for the money because she demanded $10 million. And Diddy gave her 200,000, but she said, that's not for everything. That's for back pay, So, but I do believe part of this is to get rewarded with the money. They want the fucking money. No, okay. So we will have to see how this goes. Donald Trump is in the shadows. The feds. How does the feds feel about that? This is what I really want to know. How does the feds feel about Donald Trump saying what he said about Diddy today? What do you guys think that feds feel? I feel like y'all don't consider how the feds feel and the feds position. What do y'all think about the feds? How do the feds feel? Because this is feds versus Diddy, right? Ain't this the Fed versus Diddy? And they just using Cassie and everybody else to help to take down Diddy. But this is really the feds versus Diddy. So how do the feds feel, y'all? I'm always going to need some water. I don't know what's wrong with my throat, Stevie. I want somebody to come up here and tell me how the feds feel. Hell, okay. What did Trump say? Boss dog, did you not hear that? Man, boss dog. Trump said they better treat Diddy right. Trump said if they mistreat Diddy, okay, and if Diddy get convicted, and he will look over all the stuff and he will consider pardoning him, okay? Because Trump don't like the feds. He said also that him and Diddy used to be good friends. He said Diddy used to love him, give him all the praises and shit. You know what I'm saying? But since he was a Republican and he was running and Diddy was a Democrat, he's such a liberal, Diddy started talking shit about him on this internet. You know how these Democrats do, okay? And Trump said he don't appreciate that. He don't like that. You need to fix that. He said Diddy and his team have not came to him asking for a pardon, but he says, I know you're gonna need one. I know it's coming. And he said he will consider it if they mistreat him and he's convicted. And he looked at all the facts. All right. So Diddy better get on his knees. A lot of people took it as Trump is doing it for the black people. I took it as Trump is doing it because he don't like the feds. So what do y'all think? Do you think if Trump do pardon Diddy, it's because of the black people or the feds? Put it in the comment section. Black people or the feds? His love for black people or his hatred for the feds? Which one is it? I think it's hatred for the feds. But I could be wrong. That's how I feel. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Patricia, he said he's going to look at all the facts. Yeah, just like, you know how you do with facts. Trump, Trump fired a lot of feds. Trump hates the feds. I know. That's what I'm trying to tell them. B, they up here thinking about, oh my God, Trump loved black people so much, he going to look out for them. He might like black people. I'm not saying he hate black people, but it has more to do with the feds. Why do y'all think everything resolved? Everything don't have nothing to do with y'all. Everything don't got nothing to do with race. I know some people feel that way, but I don't feel that way. You know, sometimes it's bigger plays and play, you know, and Trump is doing a play. Okay. Trump is doing a play. Mm-mm-mm. We want heroes pardon, not Diddy. Well, Swam, do you think he cares about what you want? Y'all actually think that Trump up here thinking about, okay, what do you guys want? He don't care about y'all. He care about his megas. You ain't no mega. And he half-ass care about them, right? Okay. He about to take all that Section 8 away from y'all. He about to do a whole bunch of stuff. He don't give a damn about what you think. Shit. Trump gonna do what he want to do. Mm-mm-mm. Nobody should like the crooked feds, especially black folks. We were railroaded by them. Well, Trump don't like them, so maybe, you know, black folks and Trumps can relate on that part. I'm not sure. More black women and men lost black jobs with the government. The VA was proposing 80,000 cuts. What race is working the most in many states at the VA? Don't get me started. Well, hell, I thought DI, y'all kept on saying, black people, shut up. DI, you know, white people benefit most, white women benefit most, as if the black women were not going to be affected. The black women were very affected. You heard all those black women that lost their job, unemployed, you know, dealing with that DEI with the government. Okay, they got y'all to shut up. Once y'all found out DEI affect the majority white women, y'all was like, okay, it's gonna affect you too, motherfucker. You know what I mean? But I think people didn't understand that, you know, majority, you know, white population is way more than the black population. By how many? What? Black people was what? 12%, 13%, 11%, and whites is what? What? 70 something? That more than 2 times, more than 3 times, more than 4 times. More, I don't know what, 5 times, 6 more times. That's a lot. Whew, I tell you. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Terry says 100,000 black women lost their jobs. Ooh, man. Ooh. Do y'all think they're gonna tear down the OnlyFans page? Did you hear the OnlyFans people about to sell the OnlyFans? Did y'all hear about that? They about to sell that shit. I ain't even make $1 off of it, right? Man, I need to put my titties on that. I need to put my titty. I'm gonna paint my titties white though. Shit. These ninjas are cheap as hell. You know what I mean? I need a payout. I need a payout. I'm gonna paint them white and make my chest white. These black men don't want to pay. They so damn cheap. Hell. Oh my God. Or I can advertise black for white, ebony for vanilla. You know, the vanillas love that, right? Ebony for vanilla. DEI is a construct, a PowerPoint child code for get rid of the ninjas. I knew it, but you know, let them tell it. They think they know so much. They think they know so much. GG, do you think somehow Donald Trump will make it somewhat come to an agreement for the people on the EBT still on it? I don't think so. I think he want to destroy all that shit and rebuild it in his image. Nah, he didn't say what he wanted to say. He's gonna do what he want to do. Y'all gotta watch Project 2025. They already said they 30% done with the Project 2025. Hell, I know he told y'all that he don't know nothing about it, but you believe that lie if you wanted to. I really don't understand a lot of y'all, be honest with you. And sometimes in the past, I just be faking it like I agree with y'all, But many times I have not agreed with y'all. I'm like, okay, well, this is what they believe. I'm just gonna go on with it. And I gotta stop that. I gotta say how I feel, even though it's not popular and you guys may not like it. I gotta start doing that. Because I knew his ass knew what it was. Hell. Okay. How do you feel about the guy who sued the Red Bull because he said it didn't get him wings and the Joker won the suit for $13 million? I think that's crazy as hell. And Donald Trump need to fix that. I think that's crazy as hell. I don't agree with that. Hell. I don't agree with that. And he won $13 million only in America. Only in America. I think it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, I say. But didn't I tell y'all back in 1990, you couldn't do no shit like that. It's like common sense is gone. So I do agree with Donald Trump when he says, let's bring common sense back because common sense is not here anymore. Let's bring common sense back. You know, I agree on some stuff, not everything, but some stuff, you know. Dang, I should have sued my favorite Dr. Pepper because it isn't a person, a doctor. CC29, I've been not drinking soda for 5 days, and now you're going to make me want a Dr. Pepper. I've been fiending for a soda, but I haven't. Oh, I want some strong in my mouth, okay? Oh, do y'all think I should start being more ruthless and honest about my opinion? Even if you guys don't like it, press 1 if you guys want to hear my ruthless, honest opinion, even if it ruffles a lot of feathers. Press 10 if you like me to be like I have been. I try not to ruffle feathers and I try to be politically correct depending on the group that I'm in. It depends on who I'm around, man. Shit. Man, put me in front of Democrats, I'm going to act one way. Republicans, I'm going to act a different way. You know, it's all about survival, you know. I'm trying to survive in this motherfucker, okay? Dame Megan went a Mountain Dew to drink. I don't like Mountain Dew. I do not like Mountain Dew. Dr. Pepper is more like Dr. Salt. I like Dr. Pepper. Be messy, GG. I love to argue, go back and forth. Yeah. I've been trying not to do that, but I guess, hell, I've been trying not to do that, but I guess I'm going to start shit. I've been talking about, you know, everything that y'all can use against me, right? So I may as well, hell, what else you going to do? Whatever, I'm ready for it. Shit, I'm already at the bottom. Ain't nowhere up but up. It's summertime. Hell yeah. Yeah, do skits again as well. I want to. I keep saying I want to, but I don't know what's stopping me. I need prayer. I need prayer out here in these streets. Ooh, but honey, so do you guys think that Diddy is gonna be in jail for the rest of his life? Press 1. If you think he's not gonna be in jail for the rest of life, press 9. Whew, give y'all something to do. Press some numbers. Gigi knows the truth. She just downplays in the order for the audience to receive it. Sometimes I have in the past. Let me turn this fan off. Sometimes I have in the past to keep the peace, but I gotta be more raw with it, I guess. You know that them AI videos I feel really fucked me up. If I would have kept doing the AI videos, it would have been cool. But because I don't do it anymore, and stop talking about it. Damn. Is you gonna bring it up every motherfucking video, ho? Can you please just stop talking about it and just move on? I had to talk to myself. I'm sorry. Peaches donated $10. Thank you, Peaches. I appreciate it. Yeah. You know, sometimes if you see me snap, I snap and just talk to myself. And you know what? This is the most I ever talk. I talk sometimes, but when I talk on the phone, I don't have these throat problems. It's only when I'm on here I be having throat problems. Gigi, do a talk show. We need a Ricky Lake. Get some guests. I sure do need to get some guests. Yes. And I'm going to grill they ass too. Make sure they telling the truth. But what guests should we get, CC29? What should we talk about? What should the angle be? Okay. What should the angle be? Okay. We gotta get an angle. Yeah. But yeah, I need to get more creative, and I need to really do some stuff, y'all. I really do. Whew, my goodness. Mm-mm-mm. Anything else people are saying out here? Gigi, is Diamond coming back tonight? Well, Kavan, listen, I did a personal video yesterday. The numbers was not showing up like I needed to show up. Okay. So I said, I'm going to take a break from that transgender shit. Okay. So many people were like, I didn't know. I was like, damn, I should have just kept y'all on. I don't know. Hell. I should have kept their ass on I don't know status. And then you have some people like, I'm glad you said something because, you know, when you didn't say something, I heard it from the grapevine. I unfollowed. I don't know why you unfollowed. You heard from the grapevine. That's my business. I already told my damn business out here a long time ago. What y'all want me to do? Report on it every goddamn week. God damn it. I will not. Okay. Shit. This ain't no fucking transgender channel. Hell. But nah. I really don't mind. If the views were gonna view, I don't mind doing it. But then I feel like I don't want to be damn, there go that fucking cough. I need water alert, CV. I don't want to be in a pigeonhole, but fuck it. Just whatever happens. I'm just gonna go wherever the fucking views go. I don't do AI anymore, so I can't depend on that. So wherever the wind blows, if I do a video and I see it, if it's going up, then I try to do more of that. But I did that last night and it didn't go nowhere. So I said I'm gonna sit my ass down. Maybe I'll do part 2 when y'all really ready. When I feel appreciated. Man, I always need water. Do you like Mari thing, Gigi, doing the whole who's the baby father segment? Yeah, I like Mari. It's messy. But if I do a segment, I would probably just bring somebody here on StreamYard and just have them like, you know, I don't know if I can do like, okay, let me tell you who's your baby father and have that set out. You know, I don't got money like that. You know what I'm saying? So it would just have to be, you know, someone telling their story. And I have reached out to, you know, it would have to be like real people telling their story, you know, something like that. That's what I can think of. Trump pardoned Larry Hoover. Yeah, a lot of people are so happy about that. What are y'all thoughts about Trump pardon Larry Hoover? I need to take some cough medicine or something, huh? What are y'all thoughts about Trump pardoning Larry Hoover? I don't know much about Larry Hoover, I guess. But I see a lot of people are happy about it. Snoop Dogg is happy about it. A lot of men are happy about it. I will say that. So, you know, I don't know much about him. I'm kind of ignorant to Larry Hoover, you know. Yes, do that. They need to fight too. Trump letting Diddy free? Hell no. Netta and Charles and their exes, bring them on. Now, you know, Netta, don't she? I'm not about to pay nobody. I'm not about to pay Netta. Okay. I'm not about to pay no goddamn Netta. What the hell I'm going to ask Netta? What would I ask Netta? Netta, how was your childhood? Do y'all know how Netta childhood was? Do y'all know about Netta father? Do you guys know Netta mom? I guess I would ask those type of questions like your childhood, how was it? Like, do you have pictures of your mom that you can show us? I wonder, does she look like her mama? Does she look like her dad? Like, you know, I'll probably ask stuff like that. That would be a show with you and Netta. Oh my God. Only seen Charles' mom. Yeah, but we want to know about Miss Netta. Yeah, what about her parents? Is her parents still living? Was it hard for her growing up? Did she get bullied a lot? You know? I don't know. Was she ever into women at one point in time? Did she ever hit some coochie before? Okay. Ask Netta, she has never been pregnant. hmm Did Tyler Perry ever reach out to Miss Netta? Do you think Tyler Perry will reach out to Miss Netta to have her in a movie or something? Possibly. You just never know. But yeah, I need to be better. Where's gay hairstylist and Beyonce? I don't know what Beyonce and the hairstyle. They're just doing that cowboy stuff, So kudos to them. I know a lot of people been talking about that Miss Cheryl, the little girl with the fan. A lot of people saw a video of the little girl running up to different men. But come to find out, they said the man that she ran up to hug on video was the creator of the Where Them Fans At. Where Them Fans At. Okay, so boots on the ground guy. So that's who she was running and hugging up to. And I guess people made it to something else and they ran with it. So I hear a lot of stuff about her, Don't bring on Miss Shirley. We adults over here, hopefully. Yeah, I'm not going to reach out to Miss Shirley. CC29, if I do interviews, most likely I'm going to reach out to like common people, everyday people. But I guess I could try to reach out to big celebrities, but I'm not paying nobody. I'm a big influence. I'm not about to pay nobody. So I need prayer, and I need somebody to help me. I need a person that's more business savvy because I lack in that business shit. But I need to get together. Gigi, would you ask the nappy questions to Netta? I can see it. Snappy? You want me to be rude. That's what you want me to be. So you want me to be like an interviewer that's kind of like rude. Is that what, like a Nancy Grace? Okay, is that what you want me to give? Very nasty and nice. I think that's what you want me to give. Very nasty, nice. Hey folks, the catfish, and let them meet you on your show. Get some folks the catfish. CC29, you trying to get my ass whooped? I'm not about to do all that. Should be lush. What is up with this mucus in my throat? Damn. Whew, man. All right. Well, I'm going to get on out of here. I'm tired of okay. I appreciate you guys. You guys know every day I go live. I try to go live 3 to 5 times a day. Please check out this channel, The Messy Sweet Spot. I'm in tough times. Stop saying that and just do it. God damn, why do you always want to play the victim? Hell, just you don't gotta do all that. You're right. All right. So make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe here at The Messy Sweet Spot. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.